Well, no, not advance payment. Basta pumirma kayo ng inspection report na hindi nyo in-inspect yung items. Tapos nakapirma doon sa baba, di ba? Inspected upon instructions of management. Because I'm asking that because wala namang ibang inspection report na may ganun. Yun lang unang dalawa nung March. So,
Opo, Your Honor. Maybe you're referring to the one I mentioned the last time that we have made 2 inspection reports in spite na wala pa pong delivery.
yes.
Opo.
Yes.
Ito po yung at that time kasagsagan po ng pandemic natin. And
No,
then
my question lang is meron kang clarification o qualification doon sa pagpirma mo o ikaw o kaya si Mr. Tangkintik, both of you actually in the document, upon instructions of management.
Opo. Kasi ilalabas po, Your Honor, that inspection report is a pro forma document po, no? For the payment to take effect. Considering nga po at that time.
Yes. You already answered that, George. George ka ba? Jorge? Ano ba ang palayaw mo?
George na lang po.
Okay, George. Sige, so you already explained that in the last hearing. Ang tanong ko lang kasi is, hindi ba kata-kata yun for the first time in your 31 years, may nangyari at least sa experience mo, na for a period of 6 months, hindi ikaw ang nag-i-inspect as chief, pero binalik ka? So,
Opo, ayun na nga po. No?
You already answered it, that you said unusual yun. Diba? It hasn't happened before. Just to place that on record, Mr. Chairman, because several other precisely technical specifications were violated or were not complied with, but was accepted anyway by those who inspected it. No? In fact, meron pang qualification, diba? Very specific, accepted as to quantity. Ibig sabihin, tama yung numero, pero kung tama yung specs, iba usapan. Parang gano'n na lumalabas doon, di ba? Parang may qualification pa yung iba. I don't know, I'm just wondering. No? So, si Mr. Tangkintik is still with the DBMPS?
Yes,
Your Honor.
You were also removed temporarily as inspector because iba naman ang pumipirma rin. Eventually, hindi na ikaw sa ibang dokumento. Were you also floating? Floating ba tawag doon, Mr. Mendoza?
No, Your Honor. Balik po ako sa dati kong position as assistant division chief.
So you were placed elsewhere, di ba? Ganun din man nangyari sa iyo, Mr. Tangkintik?
No, Your Honor, nasa inspection pa rin po ako.
Okay, so ikaw hindi, pero si Mr. Mendoza, oo. Okay. I have no other questions at this time, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to establish that.
Mr. Chairman, can I just raise a point of clarification, Mr. Chairman, with your permission? Mr. Chairman.
If the chair is willing, I have no problems, Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Chairman, can I request?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yung I am told, my information now is that yung mga ino-order po ng RITM in the under the normal circumstances, walang pandemic, no? Talaga daw yung mga test kits ang kanilang expiry date, mga 24 to 36 months, as correctly pointed out by Senator Pangilinan. But yung pong kasing COVID was a novel coronavirus. So everything that had to do with the testing, the specifications, the technical specifications, no, evolving din siya. So walang na-establish at that time na talagang mahaba dapat yung kanila pong expiry period. And so I am told now that most of the testing kits, if not all, yun ang sinasabi nila na talagang 6 months lang. And we needed to make those adjustments as I have earlier indicated, novel coronavirus siya at that time. Nobody really would know. It was an evolving fact at that time. So yung mga test kits, ganun din ang nangyari. Yung expiry date ay finally nagkaroon ng adjustment. My understanding, of course. But if you would like to listen to the technical people, Director Celia Carlos would be in the best position and authoritatively explain what I just quickly mentioned. Mr. Chairman, may I request that you...
Yes. Before that, just a quick another question, because I pretty much understand, no, that nagmamadali, di ba? Hindi natin alam, etc. Kaya yung ating specs, sinantabi natin yung 24 to 36 months, kahit na hindi sumunod sila, kunin na lang natin. Kung nagkamali kayo, di nagkamali kayo. Hindi nyo naintindihan. Marahil kayo ang mga expert, pati expert hindi naintindihan na ganito pala ang sitwasyon dahil nga walang nag-expect. Okay, we'll take it as that, Mr. Chair. But the documents, and given the whole story, all the other extraneous events and all the other facts surrounding Farmally, talagang gives you, a moment of pause to, gives you reason to pause and say, ano ba talagang ginagawa nila dito, no? Anyway, so I have no other questions except for one, Mr. Chairman, kay Secretary Duque. Pag sinabi pa niyong DOH memorandum on suggested retail price, this is based on your document, based on the memo that you issued on April 2020. This is based on the Price Act. Tama po ba yun? Price Act, which protects consumers, no, from possible profiteers in the time of an emergency, as I understand it, no? Hindi po ba yun ang basis, Price Act? Nandyan yung yung memo nyo, it says on the basis of the Price Act and to address the emergency, we will issue this memorandum, and then identified yung SRP. Tama po ba yun?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, for medicines and for medical supplies.
Yes.
This is correct, Mr. Chairman.
But this should be retail for the consumer, di ba? In other words,
Mr. Chairman, SRP is always retail, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
yes, okay. Now my question is, why did the DBMPS base the prices on SRP when they were buying in bulk? Wholesale. Hindi ba? In other words, yung kanilang basihan lagi is ito ang SRP, kaya okay lang. Kung 25 actually yung SRP nung sinabi ninyo, DOH Tapos naglabas sila ng 22 pesos. Diba? Yung supplier ng almost 4 million. 4 million masks at 22 pesos ang kanilang quotation. So binase nila sa retail, hindi sa wholesale. At lahat ng negosyante, alam nila, mas mababa. Di hamak pag binilihan mo ng bulto. Hindi mo babase sa retail prices. Hindi nyo naisip yon, Mr. Kayo na nagsabi, Doc, Secretary, na all are for retail. Except that they used it, DBMPS, because you transfer the money to them, use your SRP as basis to approve wholesale prices. Di ba nalugi tayo ron?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to respectfully suggest that PSDBM also responds to that. But my position here is that the situation was really dire. The supply was scarce, if almost none, very few. Demand was really acute and overwhelming. And so it was very difficult to finally say that, ito lang yung presyo, so dapat ang...
Mr. Secretary, I understand the mantra is dahil rush, etc., nagkakandara pa, pero nakakataka rin, I hope you don't mind, na kung talagang gipit, bakit ang bilis mag-deliver ng advance pa, 2 million. Di ba? So parang, di ba, pagka nagkakagipitan, dapat medyo mahirap. Kaso dito, di ba? Anyway, it's just something to think about also. Where is the scarcity when they can deliver 2 million in advance? di ba? In the same day. It's just something to think about. But I think the minority leader wishes to intervene. I have no other questions at this time, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just to pursue the point of Senator Pangilinan, that also debunks the assertion, with all due respect, of COA that there was no overpricing because it is within the SRP or the suggested retail price. As Senator Pangilinan said and assessed, take note that is SRP, suggested retail price. But the bulk, that is why it should not that should not be a basis for saying that there was no overprice simply because what was bought in bulk. And in fact, 1 week, the records will show that 1 week after market, 1 week after purchases were made, if I recall correctly, at 27 pesos per piece, suddenly there was available 13 pesos per piece. That's on record. So all these things are something that is really out of the normal. And as correctly pointed out by Senator Pangilinan, ang palagi pong inuulit-ulit, we were in emergency, naghanap kami ng bulk. Ngunit dito po, nakikita natin, mayroon kaagad tiger marketing. In 24 hours, mayroon po kaagad supply. So what tightness of supply are we talking about? So this again indicates that something which is not usual in the ordinary course happened, including testimony here that they inspected the merchandise even before it arrived. Hindi po na nakikita, in-inspect na, nagpirma na ng inspection report. So anyway, our chairman, I think, took a break. Maybe we can suspend the hearings this afternoon. Once the chairman is back, we can get a final say from him. In the meantime, can we suspend for a few minutes and request that the chairman comes back in order to finally decide on the suspension? There he is. Okay, Mr. Chairman, while you were taking a rest, we were awaiting your decision as chairman of the committee, whether we can now suspend and come back in the next date that you were set. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Senator Drilon. I guess I really wanted to ask more questions, but we're really at the point of exhaustion right now. I could do a little rest. And the chair would like to propose that we meet again on Tuesday or Wednesday, whichever is the pleasure of the group.
May I suggest either Tuesday, because Wednesday we have our CA, and I think it's the second to the last session of the CA.
Yes.
So we request Tuesday instead.
Tuesday it is at 10 o'clock or 10:30?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Tuesday it is then. We start at 10:30 then.
Yeah.
Thank you all very much for our guests. And we will suspend the session until that time. And maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Mabuhay po ang Pilipinas. Thank you. The session is recessed until Tuesday of September 21. That's martial law day. All right. Tuesday then it is. Thank you very much. Mabuhay po ang Pilipinas. Thank you.